Nobody move. I've dropped it, and I don't know where it went. So in the airbrush we've got a 50-50 mix again of the X28 thinner with XF1 black. XF1? Yeah, XF1 black. So we've got a half and half mix. And the same again, we're just going to quick mist coat. Try not to smack everything in one go. It's every instinct I've got this. I'm painting black. Ugh. Okay. Couple of coats like that, and then we'll stick some future over the top of those once they're dry in about an hour. Okay, so whilst we're waiting for the wheels to dry, we can start picking out some detail painting now. So I'm going to be using X31 titanium gold, just to pick out. There's nuts here. I don't worry if you go inside or outside like I've just done. I'm not quite filling in between the lines. We can go back with the shade of paint. Come on, focus. So as you can see, it's not the greatest paint job in the world. We can fill that back in afterwards. It's not a problem. Not a problem at all. And then there's another part that goes in. That's shade 2. I saw it a second ago. There it is. So the brake disc itself as well goes in the titanium gold. Not the brake disc, the caliper. Ooh. This is another gorgeous colour, it really is. Absolutely lashing it down outside. And my dog keeps looking at me. Not Labrador. She keeps looking at me as I'd say, "Go on, are we going for a walk or what?" Yeah, not when it's like this, love. So we're not actually going to do the inside because that's going to be hidden by the brake disc itself. As long as we catch that outside, we're okay. And that's as good as done. Like so. So I can pop there to dry for a few minutes. And there was something else. The chain, of course it is. The chain goes in this colour. Oh, So we're just going to very gently overlay on the face of the chain itself. We're not going to colour everything in. It's just enough to change the shade of everything. Like so. There we go. Done. Dun 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 dun. So I'm actually going to change where we did this massive great big bolt thing in titanium silver. I'm going to change it for titanium gold. And then I'm going to paint this side titanium gold too. I know it's the wrong colour, but I just want to distract your eye. There we go. Like so. There we go. Just changed the flavour of it. We'll put it out. Again, it's not the official colour. I'm just going to add some bolts here and there. They actually give you decals for this, but if I can paint it in, I will do. And even my legendary patients will have trouble with the decals for that. I say legendary, it's legendary at my house. There we go. So again, it's just enough to distract your eye into thinking there's something there when it's not. I'll do the same on this side. Like so. Cool. Like that. Do like that. Nobody move. I've dropped it. I don't know where it went. Oh, oh my. It's alright, I found it. Here was that piece that I actually not to let me forget about. That I did forget about. And I've put the engine in, and I need to take the engine back out again now because I've not put that on. I resign. I really do. So I'm going to do this as a time lapse. Because I'm not stopping and starting my camera every 2 minutes now. Also, what I've had to do is at this back end where the carbon fibre panel goes, I've had to take that back off because the rear brake lever has to go in here somewhere, and then you get the cover as well. Now it's a bit fiddly to do that whilst the carbon fibre piece is on, that's piece, and the instructions tell you to put that on first, and then about 4 steps later, lighting's all over the place here, what's going on? About 14 steps later they ask you to do all this, which is a bit fiddly with the carbon fibre piece in, so we'll leave that off. And then I'll do a quick time lapse on this part. And what I've also done in the meantime is this tube here is actually for the rear brake itself as well. Now they tell you in the instructions to attach that to the rear brake part that is here, which then bolts onto the wheel. I'll explain all this properly when I get to it. And then you add the tube to the rear brake, push it through this carbon fibre piece here, and then attach it in there afterwards, whilst the engine and this and everything else is in situ. And it's a bit fiddly, so I'm ignoring the instructions on that part and I'm putting the cable on now so that it's not a huge fight when we come around to it. So it's just daft little things like this, just looking ahead in the instructions and seeing if you can figure out a way of doing things without actually having to dislocate your wrists to get it all done. And that's the only thing that I found wrong with this kit so far. It doesn't quite make sense when you do the actual build, which is a bit disappointing. But never mind. Now I'm actually going to leave that lever loose if I can. Just the lever go, oh, focus, never mind the logo. Go, focus. There we go. So the lever goes into that hole there. He says. And then the cover goes over the top of that, like so. And then again from the reverse side, just make sure everything's in. From the reverse side, I'm just going to drop some glue. There's a huge bubble of glue in the back, and hopefully that's not come through to, oh yeah, hinge. I nearly swore them. I'll tell you what, these tweezers are lethally sharp. Now that lever's in place, I'll drop some to there and to there. The lever attaches to the brake arm. There we go. Stuck and done. So leave that for a few minutes to dry off. In the meantime, I'll talk you through some of the things I've done off camera. So we're getting the rear brake caliper, rear brake suspension. It's not rear brake at all. The rear suspension sorted out. And again, the world's tiniest decals onto the cylinder reservoir, hydraulic cylinder reservoir thing. And I've just detail painted this. Now again, it's not called for it in the instructions, but I've actually added some bolt details. And as you can see from the shine, it's all been gloss varnished, ready for washes. the exact same way we did earlier with the engine. But I'll get to that properly as soon as I get all this bolted on. Well, that seems to have not been glossed, I'm not too sure why, but we've detail painted the caliper itself in titanium gold, I think it was, X31. And we've got the rear brake disc sorted out. So we've gone with the X85 rubber black for the hub itself, and then titanium silver, which is X32 for the disc, and then a couple of dots of the X32 again, just to pick out a few nut heads, bolt heads and things like that. And then the spring itself has been painted in X8, X8 lemon yellow, which is a lovely gloss, as you can see from the shine. And then once that was cured, I've gone over that with the gloss varnish as well, just to bring out a little bit more shine. So we're more or less ready to put it all back together. Now I'm just going to, whilst I've got the glue out, before I forget again, I'm just going to put this this cover on. How? Like so. Just a tiniest little dot of paint, let the capillary reaction do the work. Hopefully it's not going to strip too much paint away. And whilst that's drying, I'm going to change my battery because it's just started flashing on the indicator up here. So when we come back, we'll cobble all this together, hopefully. Okie doke. So I'm just going to put this piece back in very carefully. There we go. Again, lick your finger, just so the screw holds onto the end of your screwdriver. I should really clear that background away. It's interfering with the focus. I think so. Let's clear the background. Ooh. Put the lid on the glue before you knock it over. Nearly did it. Nearly. It wouldn't be one of my videos unless I knocked something over. Let's get the logo back in shot. Get all these cables sorted out again. So we need the two A's coming through, the B on the outside, taking care not to break the rear brake cable while we're at it. Come along, there we go. Yep. There. Lovely. And again, wet your finger. And then wet the screw head so the screw can catch. Obviously if you've got metallic, not metallic, magnetic even, screwdrivers, that'll be absolutely ideal. So I'm trying to do this as much as possible with the kit supplied screwdriver, just to show that it is possible. With a bit of effort you'll actually feel the screwdriver slipping in the head. Just as long as we're careful, it is doable. And take care as well not to over tighten these, because you will risk splitting the plastic. I've had that happen to me on a couple of car kits. I've had these tiny little screws. You think you're doing okay and all of a sudden you're like, sometimes you don't even hear it. All of a sudden the screws just slipping round in your fingers. And you're just spinning and spinning and spinning, and you just see this crack open up. It's Not a pleasant feeling, that one. Oh, you little buttock. I'm wondering why that wasn't going in then. B stays on the outside. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. Yes, we are. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, right. Also off camera, I've gone and gloss varnished the rear wheel and the front wheel too, when we painted them earlier on. And then just on the, it says adjusting the lighting, just on the hub face itself, just scrape the paint back that you've already put on, just so we can get a gluing bond with the brake disc. So I'm actually going to put the tyre on first. That one. Taking care not to damage any paint, hopefully. Just putting it away from the background. Before we put any of the wheel parts on as well, because you can see I'm having to be quite firm with this. So just checking we've not damaged any paint and we're good to go. Awesome. And we put the rear disc on. I don't know if you can make that out, there's a tiny little divot there that does line up with the pin on the back of the disc. So we'll drop that in. I'm not actually going to glue that for now, I'm just going to test fit it and see if it has actually, whether or not it does need painting. I'm taking the cog with the chain, and this way round. That's right, I needed to push it through there because I put this on first. This works in rehearsals. So if you follow the kit to the letter, you'll actually put the scoop on last. And this part of the construction, there we go. So that hole there in the face lines up with that pin there. That pin there, and then we have to build the suspension, so we can now take, hopefully, that part out. Oh hello, you've jammed, haven't you? There we go, so we can take that out, we don't need that anymore. I've got cardboard stuck to my spring, there we go. Then we line that up with there. Like so, and then that way around. Into there. I'm actually going to take some paint off. You can see there where the white spots appeared, because the paint itself has actually narrowed the gap that it goes into. So I'm just going to shave some of that away. Go, focus, I'm down here, there we go. Just shave some of that away. Don't go overboard. Don't go too far towards the exposed parts. Let's try that again. There you go, that's better. So it goes in first time now, rather than having a a bit of a squeeze. So we put that there, and then we need 1.2 by 4mm screw in black. Which I think is going to be this one here. Come along. Oh, that's sharp and pointy. Come on, come here. Come here. There we go. So we'll just double check that with the caliper. Yep, that's the one. See that? It's actually 4.2mm. It's a digital thing that's quite accurate, that one. Something cheap and cheerful off an auction website. It really is quite accurate, that thing. So there we go. Just put that screw in there, just to hold the rear suspension in place. Next up, flick the instructions over. Goes there, grab the rear wheel, that goes there, grab the rear wheel, and then very gently, he says, no, get it on the right side, that'll help. Just give the rear section a bit of a splay if you can. It does go. Hopefully if you saw the beginning of episode 3, I think it was, I had the thing built together, so we know it works. And we need a huge screw, which is 1.6 by 25 millimeters in silver, which is this thing here. Come on. I think. I'll check anyway. Yep, that's you. So then I thread that all the way through there, like so. Yep, like that. And we tighten this up. Again, be careful now because there is a risk that you can over tighten this, and then your back wheel won't move. So that's about right there. Okie doke. So that's that. And then we take the rear brake itself, and apparently that should slide at the back here. This is the part I'm really worried about. It's a snap fit. Usually when they say snap fit, you'll hear snap and then you end up with two pieces in your hand. That is quite tricky. But it goes. There we go. That's in. That's solid. That's the first time I've done that. I didn't actually include that as part of the build at episode 3. Awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, so that's all that, that's all that, that's all that, and then we take the other big silver screw. I'll seal the bag up because I think that's all I need for the screws at the moment. Just seal that back up, and then we're taking the chassis, a harrow, So the chain goes on the inside of the chassis itself. Then we line the bottom of... Ooh, Tony. So make sure... Is it? Yep. Make sure your cylinder is facing the rear wheel. We'll line that up in there. Like so. He says, and then flip over. You should be able to see just in here where the screw goes. Everything lining up. So drop that down, and again, don't over tighten this. Like so. And we pop the suspension arm in there. And then the rear suspension, I need the screws again. 1.2 by 6 mil. Hello. There you are. Black. Which looks like you. In here. Come along, there we go. Crinkly plastic, lovely. That one there. I didn't actually put this screw in the first time around either. So go from the left hand side of the bike, line it all up, drop you in there. And again, don't over tighten. I'm enjoying this. I am enjoying this. And then we need that tiny little pin. Which I've not yet painted. Awesome. And we drop that in there like so. So I'm not going to push that all the way home yet, because like I say, I need to paint it. It's just here. So I've left enough room there that I can leave that back out. But that is basically the chassis and swing arm done with the engine in. Yes, I'm getting excited now. I'm getting excited now. So we'll pop that off to one side now and work on the front end, I feel. See, front end. What I'm also going to do in a moment is, because I didn't try this the first time around either. Don't know if you can make out just there, the little hook things. There's another one this side. That's for to lift the up stand. That's quite cool. That is quite cool. I like that. I do like that. Right, so I'm going to naff about now and get the front end sorted out. Look at that, that is awesome. Ooh, just before we do start sorting that front end out, I didn't attach the back brake cable, so I'm just going very carefully. Ooh, he says. Trust me, I'm a professional. Just going to take that tape off. Remember, we labelled these at an earlier stage to remind us of which went where. There we go, so that's that. And then what this does now is threads through. There's a little notch just there. So that threads through there, like so. And then comes underneath for the rear brake caliper. Come here. Oh, will you come here? And shift you. There's a strange gurgling going on in my stomach. Must be nearly feeding time. Go, cooperate. There we go. And brake cable. Lovely. Let's just reattach that back stand, and we can put that off to one side now. And get ourselves ready for the front. So, look at that, I've got a front end on as well now. Right, so you've not missed any of that. That's actually in the next episode. Episode 9 it'll be, I think. Of course it will be, because this is episode 8. Hello! The reason the back quarter's off again at the moment is because I'm actually working on the exhaust in real life, which means you've got to take the back quarter, back half even. Well, if we just really quickly throw this back in together, without trying to break anything, he says, go on, get back in, you came out, you can go back in, there we go, just pop all that back together like that, and we can now see a rolling chassis, all painted up and lovely. So, join me for part 9, where we'll be building that front end up. I'll talk you through the trials and tribulations of doing that. Gorgeous colour, I love that colour. A custom made colour and everything, it's great. So, I shall see you in the next episode. Take care. In the meantime, pop along to see my mates at eModels. Tell them I sent you, and hopefully they'll welcome you with open arms. I'll give you a big cuddle and things like that and say, come on, spend your money with us, and things like that. That's how they work with me. Anyway, they take me money and things. Take care, guys. I'll see you in the next one.